Hey everybody, Daniel here from Basement Tech. Okay, you're probably tired of hamfest videos, but this one was just too exciting not to pass along. You might remember in the last video I mentioned that I've had some things on my hamfest list for probably a decade, and I finally found one of them that is particularly exciting to me. I'll keep this video extremely short, but wanted to just tell you the story. The astute ones among you have already noticed this HP power supply up here. This is a 0 to 20 volt, 0 to 10 amp variable power supply, and it's one of the venerable HP ones, which means it's bulletproof and super clean. It's a very high capacity one. Honestly, I was looking for the smaller dual power supply, but this one was just too hard to pass up. I'm going to save the price for the end because it's just going to make you sad that I got this deal and you didn't. Just a couple interesting story notes about this one. Right up here above this connector, which is not standard HP, and I'll show you a few pictures coming up of the inside, it used to say, it said crowbar disable, and I thought that that connector was added to disable the crowbar from outside the power supply. Now HP documents very well how to disable the crowbar. The crowbar is just a little circuit that in an overvoltage condition, it shuts down the power supply essentially by shorting the output, which causes an overcurrent, and the power supply shuts down. HP does that in a very clever way that obviously doesn't damage the power supply. Now, upon further examination, the little letters that used to be stenciled up here were stenciled for one thing, not painted, which meant they were added after the fact by this when this little connector was added. But also, as a matter of fact, it didn't say crowbar disable, it said crowbar disabled, as in past tense. When I opened up the unit, I saw that what that meant was that they had followed the HP instructions and disabled the crowbar. And this little connector really had nothing to do with the crowbar. Upon further examination, it just brings out on pins the metering from the volts and the amps, so that I could perhaps run that into an A to D or some such thing. Anyway, this is just a super find. I'm going to show you a few pictures on the inside and then reveal the price. Okay, first glimpse of the inside. First thing to be noted, in addition to the HP super build quality, are those giant electrolytic capacitors which keep the output super clean. This is a rack mount device, so the output came out the back on this terminal strip, which I pulled around to the front using some parts out of the junk box. Here you can see 3 holes were drilled in order to mount that connector. Certainly not HP quality or HP original equipment. This is the SCR that does the crowbarring, and you can see that obvious hole in the PCB and the wire missing on the stud from the SCR. Luckily, this was a PCB that I could put a light behind and trace out and give myself confidence that adding that wire back was the correct thing to do. And lo and behold, it actually worked. The crowbar is now completely functional, as is the, in general, the power supply back to its original factory functionality. Well, the only thing left to do is reveal the price. Well, here it is, 20 bucks. I think that's an amazing find, and once in a while at a hamfest this does happen. If you like this kind of video, in addition to CNC videos or pond videos or shop videos, please give it a thumbs up and or subscribe. Thanks, bye.